Lisa Eckhart with Lisa Eckhart Beauty here to show you today how to contour using cream products. So I put up a poll on my Facebook page and you guys voted to see this video. So let's just get started. Alright, so I have already put my foundation on and done my eyes, eyebrows, and have our Enduring Lip Color in S'mores on my lips. And I just wanted to start with a blank palette on my face as far as foundation, concealers, and where to put the cream contour so that you could get a good idea of how to shadow and what shades will work best for you. I'm just going to pull my hair back. Alright, so typically in our Botanical foundation, I am in shade Olive 1. So I've put a fairly good coverage of that on. Let me adjust this camera so you can get a better angle here. Okay, so I'm going to go in and show you our olive tones. So this is our olive tones. We have Olive 1, 2, 3, 4, and Gina Beige. So what you typically want to do is, for your contour shade, you want a nice brown tone that's not going to be on the warmer side but more cool to create a shadow effect, and you want that to be about 2 to 3 shades darker than your normal foundation. So first I'm going to go in with our Limelight Flat foundation brush, and for me I am going to go in to our Olive 4 and just pick up some of that product there. And first I'm going to go on my forehead, and I'm really just painting on that foundation. I'm also going to show you how to do this with concealers, so if you are interested in contouring with cream products, you could get our 3 palette that has a spot for your foundation color and then a spot for your highlighter and your contour concealers. So you can go in and do that for an everyday look if you prefer to use a cream contour opposed to a powder like a bronzer and a highlighting powder. Okay, so I've got some of that product here. And really, when you're on your forehead, make sure to get into that hairline so you don't see any line of demarcation. Okay, so for me, that's pretty good, because I'm going to go back in and set it with translucent powder and probably go over it slightly with some bronzer. Alright, next I want to go into my cheekbones. So you want to find that hollow spot in your cheekbones. So usually you're going to cut from the top of your ear where it connects, come straight down, and you'll feel that little spot right underneath your cheekbones. And with this, you don't want to come past the outside of your eye if you're drawing a line down. You want to keep the focus up to create that cheekbone effect, that high cheekbone effect. So, start about right there. I'm just going to kind of sweep that on. See that? So I'm going to go and do that to the other side. Find that line, that spot. I'm not going to come past. So I'm going to start there and sweep back so I know how far to come down. Okay. I've already kind of warmed the product a little. Okay, so you see where I have the cheekbones, the forehead. Now I'm going to go and do just a little bit to chisel out the chin. And with this I'm kind of coming with a lighter hand, because this is going to be a little less dramatic than your cheekbones and your forehead. Now, I'm going to go in with our smaller concealer brush and do a little bit of contouring on my nose. So I find that creams are really good for contouring when you're doing photography, Stage makeup really holds up well for stage makeup. And what putting a little darker shade down here is going to do is create more of kind of that cute upturned button nose. So, I don't know how well you can see the nose. You can't see quite as well. So I might go in there with a darker concealer color to contour my nose. So let's just check that out. Here is our concealer palette. I'm going to scrape a little bit off in... I don't want to go crazy. So let's do concealer number 4. Take a little bit with the back, and then put it on my hand. Alright. There we go. Just going to give me a little more definition because it's slightly darker than the foundation shade I was using to contour. Okay. Now, I'm Midwestern, so I don't like to go too crazy with my contour, but we'll add to it so you get more depth and definition. But now I'm going to take one of our blenderfuls and I'm going to go in and blend out that contour a little bit. Now if you're going to use a darker shade contour, you will have to spend a lot more time blending, but I did a medium application of a shade that is truly 2 to 3 tones darker than the foundation I used. Same family. I used Olive 4. My foundation is Olive 1. And with the jawline, you want to make sure you're blending down. Let's go about that nose. Tapping. Oh, I do like the subtlety of the nose contour. I'll try to remember to do some before and after photos of the contour, but I'm just learning to take pictures before I apply the makeup so I can get a good contrast and an idea of where we started. Okay, do you guys see already? I really like that contour. Get up there in your hairline, your ears, pull down your neck a little bit. Oh, hey, my little baby. Okay, so now I want to brighten. So I'm going to go in and brighten with, since I'm already Olive 1, I'm going to go in with our concealer in 0. This is a great highlighting shade to brighten underneath your eyes and anywhere else you want to touch up just a little bit. So I'm going to put some of that. Alright, and first I'm going to do under the eyes. You've heard of the triangle method to create that illusion of the light bouncing off your cheek, brightening. I'm going to come right down the side of my nose underneath the contour that we just applied, so we're not just erasing the work we did, and then come across. I'm being very aggressive and fuller coverage with my makeup today. So I did create that highlight down the side of my nose right underneath the contour. So that's going to help that nose contour pop a little more as well. And then under the eye, and then kind of coming out from there. Okay, see? I did that pretty thick. Also, here's a tip for my eyeshadow to clean it up if you've got any fallout or just want to cut that line and make it more dramatic. Just take a little concealer, brightening color, go right under where you want to really cut. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Wonderful again. Dab, dab, dab. Let that really sink in and heat with my skin. Okay. got my Ricky mirror here. That's what I'm looking down at and getting all this good lighting from. Okay. Alright, I'm also going to apply a little bit to the tip of my nose. Just to lighten. I tend to be pretty red around the nose and the nostrils. Women tend to have a little more redness around the nostrils due to hormones. But like I said, I'm not getting rid of that contour we did. I'm just going to take it down the bridge of the nose just a little bit. Again, that's with that lighter color. Just to create a little skinny, cute nose. Okay. Alright, now that our concealer under the eye is nice and warmed and settled, I'm going to press with my fingers to kind of press out any that pooled up or any creasing. And now, immediately, I'm going to go in with my translucent powder. It's clear here. This is our 3-pack powder, bronzer, highlight. I'm going to get a pretty good amount on my Blenderful. And I'm going to pat that underneath. This is also part of contouring. You're highlighting using the powder. You're going to get a huge payoff. And that concealer is going to stay bright all day. Now the other place I go in with my translucent powder or lighter shade of powder to really get that contour looking sharp is right underneath where we did that cheek contour. Get that lovely cheekbone. So obviously you're applying a lot more powder than you typically would. I feel this is like stage makeup. Bring some of that into the center. Contouring and shadows is all about the illusion of light. So you're creating more facial structure and you're bringing light to the center and showing off the features you want people to really pay attention to. Okay, so we're going to let that just sit for a second here. So I've shown you how to use our botanical foundations. Here's the Olive family. And doing 2 to 3 shades lighter foundation to get that dark cream contour effect. Here is our Shinto family of foundations. This is going to be great for our olive complexion, deeper, darker skin tones. So this is awesome for contouring as well. You've got Shinto 0, I believe, here. Shinto 1, really popular shade. So you could just jump right into Shinto 3, 4, or 6 to get that darker effect. And purchasing and using just that concealer in shade 0 to highlight under eyes, do some nose contouring, and I also use it as an eyeshadow base. Or you can go ahead and purchase another shade of our concealer in that foundation to concealer 3-pack palette from Lime Life by Alcone and do one of these darker shades. So all of these are nice cool tone browns. Now I'm going to go in with our bronzer right here and just put a little bit of that down on where we have the cream bronzer. There we go. Okay. Just pick some of that up with a fluffy angled brush, tap some off. And I'm doing this before I am wiping off any of that shadow we were baking, the translucent powder. And this is just going to really give it more depth. I mean, this is looking like stage makeup right now, isn't it? But I gotta say, my forehead, I am loving. It's like taking me back to like the best natural summer day bronzy look. Okay, so we've done that. And now is where I'm going to go in with my fluffy brush and I'm going to take off excess translucent powder It was baking on there. Same with under here. Ooh, hey girl. Use this just to buff, buff, buff. Buff, buff, buff. Oh my goodness. This is fun. Okay, now I'm going to go in with something really fun. Instead of using our awesome blush number 6 in Glow, I'm going to show you some beautiful cream highlighters from our Dennis Myrick collection. Here we go. So it comes in this beautiful case, and we have these awesome highlighters and really shimmery and just creamy contours for any skin type. I'm first going to go in with a little and pick up some of this beautiful cream, and I will swatch that for you. There's another one. I don't know how well you can see, but there's a couple of the light, and then you've got some bronze, gold flecks. So pretty. I am not used to using a cream highlight, but I'm going to give it a try. Am I even doing this right? Oh, hey girl. Actually, I want to use a thicker brush. I'm going to go in with our buffer brush. Just pick up a little bit of that product. Yes. I think buffing it on is totally the way to go. These were great because they're just pairing with other creams. Look at that. See that shimmer? It's beautiful. All right. Here is, oh, I don't think you can see it, but there's this beautiful, my sister calls unicorn tear color. I'm just going to pop a tiny bit on my eyelids. Oh, see that? You guys see the tiny sparkle? I can't wink this side as well. And then just put a little bit on here. Yes. It's like little unicorn tears. Oh my goodness. You're beautiful. Yes, I am. Okay, so last thing to do with all of this is go in with my translucent powder and set it all. Look how bronzy. Oh my goodness, I love this. Sometimes I think the cream contour is a little aggressive, but I am liking it. Alright,